for updates in the world of football.
Sterling for Liverpool. He's seen Henderson face to face with Fernandinho. Henderson! Oh wow! Lifts the Anfield roof. Company's error, yes.
Formula One.
Near him, because down the inside now comes Carlos Sainz on Lewis Hamilton. Sainz just squeezes Hamilton, who goes over the rumble strip.
Cycling, boxing, basketball, and lots more. Listen to us live on Sport Rush, Mondays to Fridays, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv Radio. For more inquiries, please call 0806 242 9799. Sport Rush, your everyday dose of sports.
From this side on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio is Sportville on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, where we give to you the updates of sports all over the world today. And I am YAZID.
I'm surely much of the SMB Sports.
Okay, yesterday there was a trampling on the Cristiano Ronaldo's Al-Nassr team by Celta Vigo, where they were defeated 5-0, and Ronaldo made a statement saying Saudi League is better than the MLS side, as where Messi went to the USA side. Ronaldo made a statement Saudi League is better and is not going back to Europe. What do you see to what Cristiano Ronaldo has said?
I've always said it that it's not possible for Ronaldo to come back to Europe. You know, there's before the end of the season, there's a lot of rumors that if Newcastle
qualifies to Champions League,
that Ronaldo will come to Newcastle. I keep on telling people that it's not possible for Ronaldo to come back
to Europe,
all just because of Champions League. Ronaldo is not the kind of player that is new to Champions League. He has played so many Champions League, 5 Champions League. So we can't say because Champions League Ronaldo will come back to Europe. And let's see. Let's look at the reason why Saudi are bringing in a lot of players. They are bringing in these players in order for them to be able to win the bid for the next World Cup after 2026. And I see the bringing in new players in the Saudi Pro League. We can't say they are there yet. I can only say if there is one thing we call sustainability. If they are able to sustain this kind of transfers in the next 2 seasons, then we know Saudi Pro League is here to stay. But still, we can't say that Saudi Pro League has come to stay, because let's look at China. When China are bringing in our players, but the only difference then at China and Saudi Pro League is just that China is also only like 2 or 3 teams that brings in players, but in Saudi Pro League almost like 8 teams are bringing in players. Not even 1 or 2, 3 players, maybe bringing in 5, 6 players into a team. And let's look at Ronaldo comment that Saudi Pro League is better than MLS. I will not agree. The reason I will not agree is just that Ronaldo wants another rivalry between him and Messi. He wants another rivalry to start in the world of football now. That is MLS better than Saudi Pro League or Saudi Pro League better than MLS. I would say Saudi Pro League is just starting now, because let's look back at MLS. Players that have played in MLS. We can mention the likes of Andre Pirlo, Thierry Henry, Didier Drogba, Ricardo Kaka, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, David Beckham. We can mention the likes of Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, even though Ashley Cole. All these players has played in the MLS. And we are just seeing Saudi Pro League. And like Messi has now come to MLS now, we start seeing players that will be coming into MLS as well. Don't forget, MLS is very popular than Saudi Pro League. Even though now that Ronaldo is playing at Saudi Pro League, MLS is still very, very much popular than Saudi Pro League. because you can't compare the players that have played in MLS. Don't forget, this RB Lisbon, they have a team in America's MLS. Same thing as Man City, they have a team at MLS. So sustainability will make us to rate MLS and Saudi Pro League together. Now that Messi has gone to MLS, now we will start seeing a lot of players coming to MLS as well.
Side.
Then we now say, let's look at how both leagues can be compared together. Another statement made by Ronaldo was that in the next few years, our Saudi Pro League will move away the Dutch league and the Turkish league. I would say I can agree with Ronaldo point of view, but I will not agree as well if they are able to sustain how they are bringing in players in. If Dutch league, we can't rate Dutch league so much like that. Turkish league as well, we can't rate it. But the rate at which they will rate Saudi Pro League and Dutch league and Turkish league, it's not the rate at which they will rate Saudi and these two league as well. They will still rate Turkish league and Dutch league ahead of Saudi. And it's only, they can only rate them above them if they are able to bring in sustainability development and mind you, Saudi Pro League will not be able to play in Champions League. So they will still rate these leagues ahead of Saudi. Because in the Euro coefficient, they use Euro coefficient to rate them. So how will Saudi Pro League be ahead of?
Okay.
The example we can now bring in is the match that was played yesterday. 5-0 against Celta Vigo. Let's now assume Celta Vigo and Besiktas. Okay, Celta Vigo and the champion of the Turkish league, Galatasaray, played. You can't expect Celta Vigo to beat Galatasaray with that amount of goals. Celta Vigo and the champions of I think the Dutch league. You can't expect AZ Alkmaar. You can't expect them to beat AZ Alkmaar with that amount of goals. So it means Saudi Pro League still have a lot ways to go.
Okay, we began Saudi Arabia trying to host the World Cup. We had Qatar hosting World Cup. We have a lot of countries, but our own country, Nigeria, haven't been even shown any interest in hosting the World Cup. But is it that we don't have a lot of security and resources or equipment to host the World Cup, or what is drawing us back?
But to host a World Cup, it's not
easy. I understand.
And there are some things you need to put in place before you can say you want to host a World Cup. Let's assume that Nigeria wants to host a World Cup now, and we have the likes of Spain, we have the likes of Morocco, we have the likes of Argentina, Germany, in a bidding war with Nigeria to host the World Cup. I can say it categorically, they will rather give Morocco ahead of Nigeria. Let's look at the facilities that are in place. We are even yet to host Nations Cup. Not to talk of World Cup. Look at South Africa, 2019 World Cup. They hosted the World Cup, and it was very excited for players in Europe to come down to Africa to come and experience. And I can't forget the invention then, Vuvuzela. They are still using Vuvuzela now across Europe. The trumpet that used to blow in South Africa then. So Nigeria, we have not gotten to that level. Let's do our assignment so much so that we can be able to host the Africa Cup of Nations. If we are able to host Africa Cup of Nations, then we cannot talk of hosting World Cup. Let's look at the African countries, other African countries that can host the World Cup ahead of Nigeria. Let's look at Morocco. Let's look at how Morocco are doing so well in the world of football. In the last World Cup, they got to the semi-final.
Yeah.
Which not African country has gotten to that level before. Ghana want to move, but they got beaten by Uruguay in South Africa, 2010 World Cup in South Africa in a quarter final. Let's look at Morocco. How did they start? They start from their league. Let's look at Algerian league. They start from the league. Let's look at Senegal, the African champion now. The African champion in the under 17, under 20, 23, the senior team as well. Look at the facilities in all these countries. It's far, far, far more better than Nigeria. And I think Nigeria also getting there. Look at how the Nigeria Super 8 final was played on Sunday between Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos. Look at the stadium, the Memorial Johnson Arena Stadium. The kind of crowd that attended the final on Sunday were very old. Look at the field as well. It's as if you are watching football live in Europe. I think Nigeria are getting there, but let's start from hosting the Nations Cup.
Okay, we have Ronaldo now aging with the age of 38, and he says he wants to play till 41 or 40. Let's see. Do you see Ronaldo coaching after ending his footballing career?
I don't see Ronaldo as a kind of man that is very patient. For you to be able to coach, you need a lot of patience, because player will get you angry. Player will get you angry. It's now less for you to manage your anger. And never mind, you know Ronaldo is the kind of player that is somehow rude, and he will not want such a thing to happen to him when he's coaching. So I don't really see Ronaldo being a coach. I see him in other aspects of football, maybe a sporting director or whatever, but in the coaching sector, I don't see Ronaldo there.
Okay, let's take a short break from here. When we get back on the break, we continue on the updates on sports all over the world today. Do stay with us. Thank you.
Thousands have been severally in the bid to see greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. At TAOHEED Travels and Tour, we have in-depth details successfully without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent resident and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us. At TAOHEED Travels, years of experience and expertise speak volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you, USA and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah to our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Call 9 TAOHEED Central Mall, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Spend money, pay for peace of mind. Talk to TAOHEED Travels and Tour.
Still on the news, we have Manchester United are calm in talks for the with Atlanta for Odlon. Manchester United are ready to hold talks with Italian side Atlanta over the striker Rasmus Odlon this week. The Red Devils are close to secure Andre Ronaldo from Inter Milan on a mega deal. United will sell Dale Henderson to Nottingham for a target a second choice keeper. They are also plotting a big money move for Odlon as their main centre forward target. The word main centre forward target. I can't remember. We still had this discussion at last time saying Rasmus Odlon can't be the starting 11 for Manchester United, as he's still young and less of experience to just come in and play in a very big club like that. What do you still see to Manchester United decision saying it's going to be their main central forward target?
Let me digress a little bit. I think it's quite unfortunate that this guy is banned by the English FA, Ivan Toney. If Ivan Toney is not banned, right, I think a lot of teams will be on Ivan Toney. And if anything went ahead to sign Ivan Toney, it's a huge risk, because giving Ivan Toney that lengthy amount of ban, and for him to come back, which team will be able to have a lot of patience to have him back in the next 4 or 5 months? I don't mean he's not being banned. I think Ivan Toney, with his age, 25 years of age, is one of the strikers in England. He's one of the deadliest strikers in England. If Ivan Toney see a team like Man City, Man U, even though Chelsea, even though Arsenal, Ivan Toney will score more than 30 goals in a season, because he will be surrounded with some good players aside from Brentford. And on the issue of Man U on the striker, on the centre forward, I think this should have been the first team that Manchester United would prioritize ahead of bringing in Mason Mount, I still continue saying this. It should have been the first priority for Man U to bring in a striker for them to score, because in the world of football now, it's very difficult for a team to do well if you don't have striker at the end of that affair. Man U, no. We can't say Anthony Martial is a striker. Anthony Martial is not a striker to me. Because Anthony Martial is a player like Thierry Henry that loves driving from the left-hand side. I can remember the first hat-trick scored by Anthony Martial for Manchester United was against Liverpool, whereby he tormented Liverpool's defense. I can't forget Daniel Agger and Matis Kate. He tormented Liverpool defense coming from the left-hand side. And don't forget at AS Monaco, that is where Anthony Martial plays a lot. Coming from the left-hand side, driving inside the box. You can't say Anthony Martial should stay inside the box. Michael Rashford started from the left-hand side, from the left wing. You can't say Martial should be a centre forward standing inside the box, isolated. So I think it's that time Manchester United look at the kind of player. Rasmus Højlund, to me, is not the kind of striker that can be trusted. 18 years of age. He's only scored 10 goals in almost 30-something games for 24 to 30-something games for Atlanta last season. It has shows, the stats shows that it's not kind of player that a team can build on due to his age. But I would say he's a kind of player that a team can also build on if he comes by, if the midfielding at Man U are very efficient enough with their passes. But at Man U, they have goal scorers as well. Mason Mount is not the kind of player that give assist. It's a kind of player that also has eye on goal. Same thing as Bruno Fernandes. Out of their midfielders, it's also only one player that loves giving assists, which is Eriksen. Yeah. Even though Marcus Rashford we believe to drive inside the box and come and score himself. Same thing as Anthony. So it's not left for Man U. I think if Man U can sign this guy, and after that back of that, it will not be a forced player. It will learn from the like of Marcus Rashford. Maybe in the next 2 seasons, Man U can say, yes, we have now had a good striker. Like Chelsea are doing now. I will say, we are not discussing about Chelsea. I love what Chelsea are trying to build. Now, with the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Amad Broja. Because let's look at the world of football now. The strikers that are available now, how old are they? When we look at Harry Kane, 29 years of age, what other striker are out there? You can't. Eli Haaland is in no-go area. Julian Alvarez is in no-go area. But Lewandowski is no-go area. Then we're talking about Zalewski. How old is Zalewski? 23 years of age. Has he proven to be a good goal-scoring striker at Juventus? No. Capitan, no. Nicolas Jackson, last season at Villarreal, in his last 8 games, he scored 9 goals. He only had like 19 appearances, or let's say 15 appearances for Villarreal. Towards the end of last season, he proved himself within a short period of time, scoring more than, he scored 9 goals in the last 8 games and scored 12 goals in total for Villarreal. Amad Broja, before his injury, we saw the prospects in Amad Broja as well. Let's look at how Harry Kane started. They all start from the, and they have a coach that really trusts them. Trust in a player will make a player be a world class. If Pep Guardiola did not trust Messi, Messi would not be what he is today. If Sir Alex Ferguson did not trust Cristiano Ronaldo when he was brought in from Sportville, Ronaldo will not be what he is now. So coaches need to trust players. And I think if Man U bring Rasmus Højlund, trusting the process will make Rasmus Højlund be one of the world class.
Okay, from the past 10 to 15 years, we haven't seen a Brazilian winning the Ballon d'Or. Do you see any other Brazilian winning the Ballon d'Or in the next 3 to 4 years? They have likes of Vinicius, likes of Rodrigo, they have likes of players like that.
I don't see. I only see a player that will be closer and that is the Vinicius Junior. The reason why I say Vinicius Junior might not be able to win the Ballon d'Or in the next 2 years is, let's look at the paradigm between Real Madrid team. They are surrounded with young lads, and don't forget, by next season, Carlo Ancelotti will leave as the head coach of Real Madrid. There are rumors surrounding that the likes of Xabi Alonso, Alvaro Arbeloa, and Gonzalo Raul, that they will be the coach of Real Madrid next season. Now let's look at the players at Real Madrid. Bellingham. They are players that are linked with what best. Let's look at other players that are running for this kind of award. Elibos Arnold, Kylian Mbappe. We still have Neymar da Silva Jr. as well. So it's very difficult to say Vinicius will win the world best in the next 2-3 years. Because for you to win world best as well, you need some senior player to mentor you. I don't know, Benzema is still at Real Madrid. You can say Vinicius. And don't forget, next season there will be a lot of pressure on Vinicius because the attacking line will only be built on Vinicius. Don't forget, by next season, if Kylian Mbappe joined Real Madrid, it will affect the growth of Vinicius.
Yeah, sure.
Don't forget, both players are like player. So there's still time. Maybe if Brazil will be able to go back to the drawing board, because the player that they believe that win Ballon d'Or for them is Neymar da Silva Jr., which has not been able to live up to expectations due to injuries and the lifestyle he lives as well. And I think maybe in the next 3-4-5 years, they should be able to produce another player that will be able to maybe closer the time of Brazilian winning world best as shift coming back to Europe.
Okay, we've come to the end of Sportville today on Al-IyamoyeTV and radio. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell for more and more fantastic programs to come by. I remain YAZID TAOHEED.
I'm sure the motion is on the spot.
So you a
goodbye.